Yo, chat, it's Dan VR, and recently there's been a lot of hatred towards Deepwoken and its developers, and I can't lie, I've been part of that. Alright, I've been hating too. It's easy to hate. Honestly, it's fun to hate. But I think now, more than ever, I need to play some defense for the developers. Naturally, the game is a whole system of who you know and what you say, so I have access to information and things that probably the developers should be saying themselves, and the things just don't get out there. So I will be the voice. I will be the community's voice. I will speak for the developers and try to shed some light on a lot of the issues that we're seeing currently in Deepwoken that people are very upset about. Before anyone calls me a shill or a coper or a sellout, you guys know me. I hate this game more than literally anybody. The first video I ever uploaded on my YouTube channel for Deepwoken was a hate video. Alright, I've been on their ass from start to finish, trying to make this game as great as it can be. And now more than ever, I think we're hating on the game for no reason at all. The first issue that everybody talks about is bugginess. The game is so buggy. Every update, new bugs drop, game-breaking shit is happening. And I don't disagree with you. I see it, and it frustrates the hell out of me. It's also important to understand why it's happening. Every week, there's a ton of optimization going on in the background. And it's not changing ones and zeros. You have someone like Archmage making optimization changes and creating new systems so massive, it could be dev time considered proportionate to making a small game. And a lot of times when you're adding these new overarching systems that are interacting with multiple different codes and other pre-existing systems, a lot of the legacy code that's 5+ years old may interact in ways you don't expect. A lot of the bugs we see are new systems meant to streamline the game, interacting with old, outdated systems in ways that you literally could never see coming. The only way you would know it's going to happen is when you push the update and it happens. So just bear with us. If you've ever played Rainbow Six, when it comes to bugginess, this is like Operation Health. Okay, there's not a lot of content because they're going back and fixing everything that they've added and fixing everything that was neglected. And we all know following Operation Health, Rainbow Six went on a generational run with some of the greatest content seasons gaming has ever seen. The next big point of contention is balance. Now, there's still a lot to be balanced. Believe me, there are still a lot of things wrong with the game. But now more than ever, especially I'd say in the last month or two, the developers are listening to the community at large. I don't think people understand how insane it was that I made a list and sent it to Archmage, and he actually implemented a lot of these really crazy, like really serious changes. The developers are now open to making serious, potentially controversial changes to see if it works, to see if it shakes up the game. And that's incredibly healthy for the game. That's incredibly awesome. In the past, they've been very hesitant to do any big changes because it might upset the community. But now they're like, hey, everybody's already so pissed. Let's just start throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. Let's really get outlandish. Let's really make big changes and try to fix these big problems. It's incredible. It is incredible. And I will say a lot of people said that this last update was terrible. There wasn't a lot in it. The balance and tweaks for this last update did a lot for ganking. And I really try not to be an elitist. I really don't, because I don't like that model of comp players like running the game or testers like running the game. But simultaneously, if I go into player general, it's about a 50-50 chance I can find somebody who says, yeah, Debs ganking builds are so cheese, they're so stupid, I hate people that make builds just to go Debs ganking. And I'll ask them, what exactly makes it cheese? Like, what combination of talents? What combos? Like, what exactly is making the build cheese? And they won't be able to tell me. A lot of times, and I don't mean this in a bad way, a lot of the community sees these balance changes and they don't actually understand just how much it's really doing for them. It's just one thing after another, But we're getting there. The fact that we got 3 pages worth of balancing is absurd. And I feel like a lot of people are just kind of skipping over, and it sucks because, it takes a lot of time for the devs to do this. And it's I would be upset too if I put all this extra effort in and then I just get shit on. Now, the update's being delayed. There's no excuse for that. I don't know what they're doing. They need to fucking tee up. They need to tee up. The update delays are getting absurd. This graph shows the most abysmal schedule. We're about to go full circle back to Monday updates like it was verse 1. I don't know if there's just not enough devs to go around. or what's going on. But they got to figure something out. They got to figure out some sort of solution to what's going on because the updates are just getting later and later. It's becoming almost a Sunday update. It's not good. But now that we've glazed the devs, it's time to get into how to actually fix the game. What can they do? A lot of people say there's not enough content for them to enjoy in the game. And the crazy thing is there is enough content for you to enjoy in the game. The Deepwoken developers just never finished said content. Here we go. Thing number one, the Ceramide Hollow rework. This is going to be a PvE experience for the early game. You know, PvE players now have some more early game content that they can enjoy, that you can flesh out. The great thing about Ceramide is that it doesn't have to be just early game. You can just add a system where the deeper you go, the harder it gets. So now there is also end game potential. Woo! They already have the map. They need to just get it done. Tee up, bench whatever you're working on right now, get into Ceramide Hollow, finish it. That's going to be a massive, massive content rework that both sides of the community can enjoy. Let's get that done. That is a massive part of content that the people would love, that the people would be able to replay for months, and it's already in the game. Get it done. War mode, same deal. Oh, there's no PvP content for the end game. There is. The devs just didn't finish it. Get in the lab, get us War Mode 2.0, man. I don't even care what it looks like. Just give it to us. War Mode was an incredible idea. You just executed it poorly. And when people pointed out that it was executed poorly, instead of simply make the changes that we wanted to see, you nerfed the loot, which made no damn sense. The anti-flood system broke it because a jet striker with a Reaper Bell can now win alone. They just jump in, Reaper, jump out. Guys, come on. When you tell us you're going to fix stuff, actually do it. Archmage, you specifically, you had all these plans that we were talking about, how War Mode could be, you know, this massive like 10 versus 10 or 5 versus 5 on a scrapped Conquest map that you guys weren't going to use. Where is that, man? Come on. That's such an awesome idea. And that's so replayable. That would give people a reason. You know, here we go. You make the new build with the new content and weeklies, and then you get to do something with them. And you have endgame rewards. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's lock in. You don't have to make new things. Finish the old things. Next one. World events. Where are the other world events? You said we were going to get some. We're going to go on 4 months here soon. Where are they? Come on. Like, I feel like we're looking towards the future, towards new content, when we should be looking back at the old content. Because, Diluvian 2.0, Hell Mode 2.0, like Diluvian, you could just add fucking bosses. You can have a hard mode where it spawns bosses, man. You can fight bosses at the same time. And you'd think that sounds impossible, but it's happened before for content creator events. It's happened before for like special events that Horror and other mods have put on. You can do it. Hell Mode. Give us an option where you can ring the corrupted bells and go back to like super evil Hell Mode, which is just the first version of Hell Mode, where, you know, corrupted Mama Crocs that spawned corrupted Threshers with them, corrupted King Gigameds, corrupted Enforcers that could pull you. Put that all together with like a few more extra mobs spawning at the same time and all of the new mobs. Dude, that would be ridiculous. That's so fucking hard. OG Hell Mode was ridiculously hard. Add it to the game. It's a little extra challenge. It's whatever. Next big PvE challenge, Chaser. Bring back old Chaser, where he had a rage mode and he'd use multiple moves at once, where he would summon bounders, where you couldn't even hurt him until all of the blood jars were broken. Throw in a couple new moves, reskin some of the blood mantras and give it to Chaser. For example, he can have like a lockdown phase where he uses Blood Tide Ritual and you have to like run around and break like orbs in the Chaser room, otherwise it explodes and does massive damage to you. That's just off the top of my head and you're reskinning an existing mantra. It can't be that difficult. You guys, like, so much of the content that people want to see is either not finished or was removed at some point in the past. This stuff can't take as much dev time as we are imagining because you've already made it. Just bring it back. That's all it really comes down to. Going back and finishing the content that you had previously made. That's it. Just do that before you move on to the new things. And that's it. That would legitimately save the fucking game. Because then we'd have something to do. And then you guys could focus on your new content. Ark and Ragusa are both working on a new gameplay feature. I'm sure you've heard Aga and I say this on stream, or I don't know how many people are going to like it, but I can tell you that it's big enough that it will be an option for everyone to participate if they so choose, you know? Like, it's going to be a big update. It's just a question of whether or not everyone is going to mind. That's it. I glazed the deep. I gave us the solutions, which is simple as go back and finish the awesome shit already in your game, and then we won't have any problem. Because the game is so much more optimized than it used to be that you can now add awesome shit that we couldn't in the past. You know? A year ago, I'd go into a depth server with 10 people and I'd be fucking lagging. Now I can be in a 24-person gank and my frames don't drop at all. It's incredible how much work they put into the game. Now utilize it. You know, the argument was always we can't do overworld content. We have to do instance content because of lag. Well, now the overworld doesn't lag. So let's do overworld content, okay? Guys, like, sub, get me on the team, comment below. Cheers.